Yo, it's your boy Kilo, man. 49ers Team Squad. Make sure you hit like, man. Woo!
You can't handle the truth.
Young Purple, Cali.
49er Faithful, it's your boy Chili Will, and it's that time again. It's the 49er Street Squad. I want to say playoff pre-game huddle with the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys, man. Are you guys excited? I know I'm excited, and I know my special guest is excited. Let's introduce my man, Antonio Arevelo.
What's up, Chili Will? You ready for this game?
What's going on, Antonio? Yes, I am. Tomorrow's the big day, the wild card playoff game against the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys, a team we got a lot of history with, I might add, right? You know what I'm saying? And I know we both can share some pretty good stories, which I'm sure we just might, as far as the rivalry that we've had with these guys, you know what I mean? And, I don't think that a lot of many, 49er faithful, now we got a lot of new generation 49er faithful out there. And so, I wonder how much they really know the history of the Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers, that we have, because it goes like all the way back. I mean, it goes all the way back to like the 70s, okay? Even before I actually was a Niner fan, but it goes all the way back in the 70s. And, we've clashed plenty of times before, and it's always been a doozy, and now, I'm speaking mostly of the NFC West Championship games between both teams, but this is a wild card game, so not quite on the NFC Championship level, but you know what? It's going to probably have the same kind of excitement as the NFC West Championship game, and I'm excited, man. I'm so excited tomorrow. It's just I think we're in for a real good one, Antonio. I think we're in for a good game.
I'll tell you what, we're going to get our money's worth. This game right now, the invasion of Dallas. Everybody that's flying out from the Bay Area, from every other state, the presence, the tailgate, the parties, everything is just going to be huge. And here's the thing: we just got to take care of business tomorrow, and run the ball, play good defense, not make mistakes. But the Cowboy hate is back. The Cowboy hate is back. I can't stand the Cowboys.
I mean, it's obvious that they're going through some pretty extreme measures, trying to, block the Niner faithful out. They want to put all white shirts, in the stadium for everybody. So when I get my white shirt, you know what I'm going to do with that. And I think a good half or more, I wouldn't say maybe even more than half, is going to see a lot of red jerseys in there. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good that they're wearing the white. We come in with the red. I think the red is way more noticeable than the white, and it's going to obviously, you're going to obviously be able to tell on television, what the faithful turning out, you know what I'm saying? Just like in, Los Angeles last weekend.
I don't know if them making their fans wear white is a good thing, because the red is going to pop. And we've already done this before in 2014, 2015 season. I mean, the pictures of the stadium being, Jerry Jones was even upset. So here's the thing, go ahead, let's let it pop. I would think they would wear blue, but wearing white is and I guess the team is going to wear their red on game day as well. So they're going to wear their home jerseys. And I think this game it's going to have everything in it. The Niners are just, right now, they're feeling themselves. The energy the energy. You got Deebo Samuel's got Nickelodeon Slime Player of the Year. Slime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Deebo, man. And just this team, the way they're vibing. There was a sad little thing that I read that Jimmy G, it was kind of hitting him like, this could be his last, season with us, and it was kind of. He was thinking about it, but, do they give him a contract another 3 years? I mean, because that was what Greg Papa is saying. Like, they should give him a little something. But, let's finish up this season, and he's got to go out with a bang. Hopefully, a Super Bowl one.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's pretty much way on Jim Garoppolo's mind, is that the fact that look at the whole season, what he's had to put up with the whole talk of. A guy Lance, and just the pressure is showing up,
Right.
you know what I mean? And just all the talk, but he's been upright guy about it, and he's always kept his cool. But yeah, he had to be eating him up a lot inside. So now he has the time to really, this is like his time to shine, like the time to go out there and say, listen,
Yeah.
this is what you're letting go of. You're gonna let me go over Trey Lance. You know what I'm saying? And he can actually, like you said, they looks like the team is coming back pretty much full healthy, of course, except for the couple players that are out, but we're gonna have a lot of our guys, back healthy for the first time, you know what I mean, which is
Right.
scary, because now you're looking at almost the 2019 team that went to the Super Bowl that's gonna be playing in this game. So yeah, Jimmy's got a lot to prove,
Right.
and I know
Right.
he's going to go out there. Like I said, if he's in Superman mode, he's going to go out there and he's going to get it. You know what I mean? Because there's that that vengeance kind of Jimmy that's like, oh, we're going at it, we're going to do it. Then you got oh, what am I doing? I don't want to throw interceptions, worry kind of Jimmy. It's like, man, just go out there and ball, do your
Right.
thing, Jimmy. We got your back, man. We got your back.
Niners got nothing to lose. They're
Mm-mm,
playing.
they
They're
don't.
playing. They're playing on the house money right now, and we're playing on the road. I think we play better on the road than home, honestly. And I think the Niner fans travel and get more crazier on the road. I think that this is
Yeah,
wild. This is
yeah,
wild, and a lot of the OG faithful are coming out for this one because that Cowboy hate, man.
yeah, yeah,
Everybody wants to see this stadium, and this is the best time to do it. And it's going to be historical tomorrow because I truly believe that the invasion, the red, everything that's going to happen is supposed to happen.
yeah,
And we just can't make mistakes. We got to play. We got to
yeah,
play sound. Our defense. We got our guys are healthy. We got
yeah.
we got guys healthy right now, and this is the hottest ticket in the NFL right now. Nobody wants to play the San Francisco 49ers, right?
Yeah. Oh no.
If I was in a Niner, I wouldn't want to play us.
Yeah. I mean, they already got like think the best announcers that are going to be doing this game, because they're like, there's some good tradition here. You know what I'm saying? And going back to what you just said, it's important that the team takes care of the ball because you're going
Yeah,
against an NFC team that has now the defense pretty stout too.
right,
They're good at. I think they rank pretty high. I'm not exactly sure where at, but they're good at turnovers. They're good at getting the
yeah,
ball back. Interceptions and so forth. And I think if they don't lead the league, they're quite up there at the top. And so, yeah, that's the thing that's probably going to, keep my eye on and kind of worry me the most. Can we take care of
right,
the ball? And I really expect Kyle, Kyle's going to come out. Obviously, he's going to have all his running backs practically. So I'm
yeah,
sure the game plan is going to be running the ball because we all know that the Dallas Cowboys, well, not so great at the run defense. I have a feeling that in the beginning they're going to be ready for it, no doubt. But as the game kind of wears on,
hmm
it wears on you as a player.
start
Trying
tiring
to
out.
stop the run, you get tired, get tired out,
Start
hands on
tiring
hips.
out.
You know what I'm saying? Heavy breathing, and as long as you keep the ball out of Dak's hands, the better.
Here's the thing. I think Dak Prescott is a decent quarterback. Is he going to be a game changer? I believe we're going to go and stop the run. Okay. I think we're going to be sound against the run. And, putting Dak in positions where we always talk
Mhm.
about it. What is our defense going to do with Dak on third down?
Yeah,
The other thing is playing the game of field position in the playoffs. There's the team that loses goes home. So, this is going to be a game that has to be about field position. Shanahan's going to have to make some conservative calls, but at the same time, he's going to have to play some risk sometime in this game. I believe that the team should go in there and try to get the run game going. Now, with all our running backs coming back, what's that rotation going to look like? I still think that you're going to see Debo running the ball. I still think that you're going to give the ball to the rookie Elijah Mitchell. I think they
mm,
got the hot hands. Do you trust the ball being spread around? I mean, you might give it someone here and there, but I think that you're going to see your main guys on this game. And if that run game starts working early,
yeah,
I'm going to be very excited. And Mosley being back,
hmm,
Agier,
yeah.
Algier's back. I mean, we
I
got
know.
guys coming back that are going to be flying around.
Oh man, I'm
And
telling you, Dak. If Dak don't get that ball out of his hands fast, man, he's gonna be seeing a lot of pressure in his face.
Right, right. So I think we got our guys healthy, and our DBs are getting healthy. This is going to be such a good game.
Yeah,
I can't sleep. I can't sleep. It's
I'm
like
right
it's
there
like
with you.
the night before Christmas, like a big kid trying to catch Santa in the act.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, man. That's kind of excitement,
Yeah,
and yeah, like you said, it's going to be interesting because now Dallas, they coach head coach Mike McCarthy,
yeah,
um, him and Kyle Shanahan, I think, coached together, I think, with Atlanta, right?
yeah, yeah.
So these are two guys that are very familiar with each other,
Right.
and so this is the time I hope that Kyle Shanahan will be able to, change things a lot up. You know what I mean? Like I hope that, again, let's not stick with a lot of plays from last week or a week
Yeah,
before that. Let's whip up a good batch of some new stuff that these guys won't be ready for, and
yeah.
yes, let's still see Debo involved in a lot of different ways, like we have been seeing, Elijah Mitchell, he's gonna be, obviously get him running downhill again, and Ayuk, Jennings, I mean, on Kittle,
I,
it's
I
gonna be
think Kittle's
interesting
gonna
how
have a
they
big game.
you think
I
so?
think,
I was just
yeah,
gonna say
I just think he's gonna have a big game today.
I think they're gonna zero you think they kind of zero in on him, try to make sure this is the one guy, hey, we're gonna take you out and you guys are gonna beat us another way.
He was kind of quiet last week.
Yeah, he
I
didn't.
don't
He
know.
didn't.
I don't know if Kittle's quiet 2 weeks in a row, man. I just I don't see that. And
Mhm.
I think that there has to be some big attention on Debo Samuels too. So,
Yeah,
and with the emergence of Ayuk, it's like, where do you pick your poison? Ayuk could take
yeah,
it to the house. He
true.
could, he's got he's one of the Yak brothers as well. So, I'm looking at this game. If you can't stop the run and you're Dallas, then the poison could be going this way, that way,
Hmm.
Kittle's way. I mean, I think that's how I see it. But I maybe I am a little biased.
Hmm. Well, Cowboys gonna come in here pretty healthy themselves now. I mean, they got a lot of guys that a few that were on COVID, but going to be off should be back for the game. So they come with their little their offensive line is not nothing to
Right.
look past in any way. With the wide receivers of CeeDee Lamb, like Amari Cooper, you know,
Yeah.
very very talented wide receivers. Running
Yeah.
back.
Cooper's.
Of course, they got Ezekiel Elliott. Like we talked on this show. I mean, it's probably not quite who he was before, but he's still a good running back. I mean, this guy gets to run it downhill on you. You know, can be hard to stop. And and they also got Pollard, right? So
Hmm. Hmm.
I forgot I don't know, I didn't look up, but the tight end, I can't remember who the tight end guy is, but they get a little handful of talent themselves. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like this is, like you said, it's going to be what they call it, a gunfight at the OK Corral, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bullets going to be slinging, man.
They got a 3.5 point spread. The Dallas Cowboys do.
Hmm.
I think the
Yeah,
Niners are coming in a little loose. They came off a big win. They got in, and I think they're trusting each other. I think when you have a team that's coming in with that brotherhood mentality,
yeah,
one guy's looking over and he knows his brother's going to be right there. I like that.
yeah,
I think that a lot when you look at Super Bowl teams that win the Super Bowl, they have that camaraderie on the team with each other, and this team is just bonding.
hmm,
And the way that they vibe on defense and the way that they vibe on offense, and they're having fun.
yeah,
And these games are stressing us out. And yeah, we're having fun at the end when we win, but man, these games are movie scripts. And so you're bringing back the Dallas rival.
yeah.
I can't even explain how pumped up I am.
Yeah, and now that it's good that you just touched on that because let me tell you how far back this goes. The Dallas Cowboys, and now this is just dates of NFC Championship games that we played against these guys. Goes back all the way to 1970. Okay, the Dallas Cowboys, they beat us 1970 in the NFC Championship game, 17-10. Okay,
Yeah,
now, however, they didn't go on to win the Super Bowl that year, but then the next following year, next 2 years later, 1972, We played them again. Dallas played us for the NFC Championship, and that score was 14-3, and that's the year they first won their first Super Bowl title. So
That was Nolan's dad, right? His
yeah,
coach. Yeah,
yeah,
Nolan Senior.
exactly. So they win the Super Bowl, and then now obviously at that time the Dallas Cowboys, they were known as the America's team, right? Because they dominated the
Right.
70s basically. They were in the if they weren't winning Super Bowl, they were definitely in the hunt for it, pretty much every year. They had
Right.
a very good talented roster. I mean, I remember Tony Dorsett. That
Yeah.
guy was a beast, and man, before I was a Niner, I really liked as him as a running back. I liked him a lot. And then they had Roger Starbuck, right? And a lot of these guys that were just, was a guy Too Tall Jones,
Too
all
Tall
the
Jones.
yeah,
Yeah.
all the big,
He played for
all
a
the
long
plays.
time. He played
Yeah, he
for a
did.
long time too.
So
Then the Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman days in the 90s
yeah,
where guys were chanting Joe Montana come back because they were mad about the Joe Montana trade because Steve
yeah,
couldn't get over the hump for a couple of years. And
hmm
then 95, it just so happens to be we're wearing the 95 jerseys this year for the first time since 95. We wore the white
yeah,
ones last year, but the Reds came back this year. And that
yeah,
was the one that we won, grabbed Deion Sanders to beat the
yeah,
Dallas Cowboys. We had to play them 2 times
yeah,
in 94 and
yeah.
one in the regular season, and then we met up in the championship game. So this is bringing back those memories, and it's just crazy that the jerseys are back. They're not going to wear those jerseys in this game. I don't like that, but
I know.
it is one of them years. Everybody in the stands is going to wear those jerseys. I'm bringing my
Yeah,
Jerry out. I'm bringing my
right.
Jerry Rice out.
Hey, I'm sporting my Montana Magic
Yeah.
again. Shoot, I
You
got my
gotta go out.
16 ready, locked in.
Yeah. You got to roll
Shoot,
out.
I'll make sure they all remember somebody, in this game. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. Uh, with Niners basically the next, in 1981, 82. That's when Montana and then Dwight Clark the catch.
Yep.
Went on to beat these guys 28 close game, 28-27. Pretty much put Dallas to sleep after that, and then they didn't rise up again till, like you said, in the 90s, right? 92, 93. They went on to win the Super Bowl, and they beat us in 2 of those NFC Championship games. And then, like you said, we got Deion Sanders, which was really exciting, man.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, when they got Deion Sanders that year, I was just on fire because I was always even when he was with Atlanta. I was always a big primetime fan. I always loved this guy because he was, flashy. He just flamboyant, the whole thing.
Flashy.
He just had it going on. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this fool is incredibly fast, man. And then for him to come to the Niners and in '94, and I was like, how did they ever pull this off? You know what I mean? Because he was, I think, free agent at the time, right? He was looking for a trade, whatever, and
Karma
for
policy.
man. And I was like, wow, this is just, that right there, right when I knew we got Deion Sanders, I was like, we're going to the Super Bowl. There was like no doubt in my mind. I was like, we're going to make it, and sure enough, played against Dallas again, and which was a classic, because Dallas was just all over Michael Irvin, and he couldn't do nothing. End up winning that game 38-28, and the year of the monkey off the back, right?
The monkey off the back, man.
That was our 5th Super Bowl title right there, and then the depressing thing about it, then Deion Sanders goes to the Dallas Cowboys the next following year. Then it was like, oh man, broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? I was like, even though
Jerry Rice still ran on him the following season, man. I remember those games. Now let me go back into when we played Dallas and in the 90s. I'd go to my family's house, my grandmother's house in the city. Okay, it was just a good luck charm. I was very superstitious back in those days, so I got to watch it in the house that we won all our Super Bowls in when it was a big game. So my grandma would, Excelsior District, the whole neighborhood was empty. I mean, there was not a kid playing outside. In halftime, you would go run and get to the liquor store to go grab some alcohol or whatever. And you would go in the neighborhood liquor store, which would be like at the corner store, and they'd have the TV right there, and you're looking like, okay, the game's about to start, man. We can't play. And everybody did that in the neighborhood, and it was just an amazing experience. Living in San Francisco, and my family moved to the East Bay, so we would have to go back. I'd have to have that natural feeling of Dallas rivalries at my grandmother's house. And so I look at that, and then you look at Deion Sanders the year in 1994. You remember George Seifert was a conservative coach. There was no dancing in the end zone, no celebrating. Jerry Rice had a very professional career on the field. It wasn't, and you got Deion out here doing the dances. You got Ricky Waters, you had William Floyd dancing. They were, I remember when Steve Young even spiked the ball and did the shoulder lead, and we're like, Steve is dancing. He had everybody dancing, man.
Isn't it funny ever since then too that you've noticed that the Niners have always been that loose kind of style, kind of team.
Style now,
pretty much there on out.
He started it.
Yeah, exactly, and it was because of Deion. Yeah, exactly.
The funny story though is the Jerry Rice a football story. Have you ever watched that, Jerry Rice? So Deion is on there with him, and they got into almost a fist fight the night before the Super Bowl because Deion took the team out to party. And Jerry called a team meeting and said, "You're not going to mess up a ring here." And he's like, "Man, we're going to beat the brakes off of the Chargers, man." Like,
I remember that.
And he says, Deion's so bad. He says, "I don't know why they talked about me and Jerry fighting. They should have talked how I shipped a Lamborghini to the hotel." That was the real stuff.
Exactly, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it must be the money, right? I mean, Deion was, man. Oh man, I'm telling you, like you said, he just added that, like you said the other day, Niners always that wine and cheese kind of fans, and people always go, "Oh, you guys don't even, you're not really pumped about your team. You're just so wine and cheesy, But when Deion came, you know what I'm saying? He had that flamboyant style to the team, and like you said, got everybody, feeling a little more free about themselves. Like, you don't have to be I understand you want to be a respectful looking team and all that. I get it, but it's time to have some fun and go, enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy this, because only, one time you get a chance at this, and he got that flavor to the team, man, which was awesome. I mean, oh man, I got that Niner Deion Sanders throwback jersey in my closet right now. I wish I could fit it, man.
And then rest in peace to Dwight Clark. I mean, the catch that created a dynasty, that created the team of the decade. That when John Madden, rest in peace, John Madden, he would say, look, he'd tell you at the beginning of the year, the NFC is up in the air between Dallas and the Niners. It was every year one of the other teams. So when we played them, we knew that this was a big game. And them candlestick days too, man, being at the game for the Dallas Niner candlestick rivalries. And then there were some heartbreaks, man. There were heartbreaks. And when Dallas got our number, you start, Emmitt Smith days when he was balling, you start questioning, is Steve the guy? Can you imagine? No one would have questioned Steve. We were spoiled. We were spoiled with Joe and Steve.
Yeah, we were. And it was it was just sad, to see losing Montana the way we had to. I mean, like, can you imagine if they had the rules in that they have today, how much longer he would have played for the Niners?
Wow, right.
I mean, like, he probably would have, he actually probably would have passed Tom Brady in Super Bowls and all that if he had this played under the, rules of today,
Right.
I mean, to see Tom Brady almost he's almost damn near 50, right? I mean, the guy's still back there doing his thing, which is crazy, I mean, you don't see any quarterbacks that age, going this long in the game of NFL.
Tom Brady reminds me a lot of Joe. He
learned from Joe, man. That was his guy.
From Joe. He was at that game too. He was at the catch game as a kid, and he's a Bay Area native, but. Yeah, I mean, you look at Tom Brady and you look at what Joe Montana. I mean, you compare it, and I'm gonna say, Tom's the GOAT. He's got the rings, but Joe had an opportunity to get equivalent. There was the pass interference that the haunting fake pass interference that Ronnie Lott had again in Washington. That was a Super Bowl year. Dallas kept us from a couple of Super Bowls. So. You look at it, and that game of the catch. We were talking about it on the yesterday's the other day was the day of the catch. Joe had 2 interceptions in that game. I think he had 3 interceptions. He had a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
And he threw that ball to Dwight Clark, and it started an empire.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And the Red Empire ever since has grown to be so strong and so big, worldwide. I mean, we got people probably like from Mexico coming to this game. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That jump the wall. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's 49er fans in Mexico. They're gonna be
right,
here
right,
in Texas. You know what I'm saying? And I already know a lot of folks that all out here in the Midwest. Come to the game driving down. And
right, right,
man, I'm telling you, man. Oh, it's good. This is man. This is just. You know what? I'm telling you, we're gonna be part of some kind of crazy history at this game. It's gonna be like just like L.A. All the Niner fans, and everybody's still talking about that. Can you
right.
imagine?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's the kind of lasting impression that the 49er faithful have put on out there. I mean, you got the one girl that was on Twitter talking about, yeah, Stafford, he had to go to a silent count because he couldn't even hear in his own
Right,
stadium. You know
right,
what I mean? Like that must make people think like, damn, like there was that many damn Niner fans there. You know what I'm saying? It's like you never heard. No one's never really seen that. I mean, we see bunches of crowd. There's good followings out there. But to take over another stadium like
right,
that way dominantly, I mean, and we've done it on more than one occasion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, matter of fact, the last Dallas game back just a few years ago, right?
right, right.
Uh,
That was an invasion. That was a Kaepernick. That was a week one
yeah,
Kaepernick game,
yeah,
and
man.
that place was
The faithful was turned out and forced, man. Even what's his name, copped a fit about it. The owner, what's his name, Jerry West, right?
Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones
Jones,
was
Jerry Jones,
yeah.
Jerry Jones. Oh, he was livid about that.
Right, right, right. Well,
So
it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. And you know what? You know what? Dak Prescott might not be able to hear.
yeah,
He's had a pretty decent season. I did not. I kind of counted him out a couple of years ago, but he's having a great season. And you know, it's playoffs. Let's see what
yeah,
happens. Like we were talking about, 0-0 right now. Records
yeah.
don't count. Nothing
That's
matters
right,
anymore.
man. Let's do
It's
or
all
die.
about momentum. It's all about camaraderie. It's all about not making mistakes,
Hmm.
and it's about who wants it more. And,
Yeah,
I see a lot of heart in this team. Now, I'm not going to get into what the heart is of Dallas, but I do know that this team is going to be fired up when they see the fan base in the stands like that. And I don't know if I was a player on this team, I would be like, I want to sign another contract here. These fans are nuts.
yeah, yeah,
People think we're crazy. People are
yeah.
like, you guys are out there?
We are
Oh my
crazy.
God. I get calls like, you're out there? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I know. I just had friends texting me talking about, man, you going to the Dallas game, man? How the hell you make all these games? I'm like, hey, I don't know myself. Man, it's just a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just taking advantage of it. But you're right. 49er faithful. I think. What was I going to say? If I'm telling you right now, we get in the house cheering our guys on like we did in the Rams game.
Yep.
I mean, like we could bring that kind of noise like we did in LA.
Yep.
Man, that alone should be enough to pump our boys up to go out there and be like, oh man, we going to take care of business today. We got the faithful in the house. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm scared. I'm scared if we start fast. Because
yeah,
if we get it going in the first half right
yeah,
away,
yeah,
and they let that run game go, because
yeah.
see, they don't have the best run defense.
No, they
So
don't.
they're gonna eventually have to put 8 in the box.
Yeah,
This is they're gonna test this out. And you got to ask if Shanahan sees 8 in the box right away, is he going in and passing? Because then you got the one-on-one coverage on somebody, and then it opens up the middle. The difference between what we've seen in Lance's first start and
yeah,
in the way Jimmy plays is Jimmy likes to work the middle of the field, and that's
yeah,
Kittle. So the Rams focused on taking Kittle out of the game, which opened up. Actually, it opened up Ayuk, and Ayuk has had an emergence as a second wideout. And then we talk about our third wideout who's emerging too,
uh-huh.
Jennings. So
Yeah,
you now have this guy knowing he can get it done. I mean, he had what did he have? 2 touchdowns last week. Jennings had the winning tying touchdown too. This guy's
yeah.
feeling himself right now. I
Oh
wouldn't
yeah,
want to be I would not want to guard Jennings if I'm a linebacker or if I'm a slot cornerback,
yeah,
because he's gonna cause some damage.
Yeah,
And
and he's a pretty tall dude too.
he's
So
a tall
he's
dude.
a guy you can throw high to, and catch some
Yes.
tall passes, and it's gonna make it difficult for for the secondary.
Yep. And we're one of the best teams in the red zone because of that. Because we got the tall guys. We got, and so here's the thing: is Kittle going to be quiet? I don't know, man. I don't
Yeah,
know. I just can't see him quiet for 2 weeks in a row.
yeah, yeah. That's true. I mean, he's been held at bay the last couple of games.
Yeah.
Statistically, but him. He's all about the blocking anyway. And
Yeah.
as long as he's doing something to contribute to making the team move the chains, you know what I'm saying? Then that's what matters. And Kittle going to get his. I mean, he's going to
Yeah.
have his passes, his time to shine, and be able to score. And do some great things out there. So I ain't even sweating Kittle. I just know that's the guy that they're going to be obviously very concerned about.
Right. Right.
Because that is, besides Debo, I mean, that's probably Jimmy G's go-to guy, check down guy, when
Yeah.
trouble's around, it's like, where's Kittle at,
And Trent Williams is going to be back. So
Yeah.
I'm like, we didn't have Trent last week, and we did what we did with the running game without him. And this is a huge game for Trent coming back. You feel good. Now,
Yeah.
guys just got to go out there and perform, and they got to do their jobs.
Yeah.
And as fans, we got to do our jobs. We got to get crazy.
Yeah.
We got to get loud. We got to,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. See, I'm telling you, faithful will be up in the house. They're like the Rams game. How can how can you not react and be like, man, that's gotta feel good to the players to hear your whole fan base out there getting your back, you know what I'm saying, and being loud as hell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, especially when they're on defense, and it is
Hey,
now you
they're
got
already
Dak
trying to
doing the
flag.
same thing like Stafford, I can't hear nobody. Wait,
Can't-
hey, and jack them up. You gotta use the timeout. Okay, timeout.
It was like that in the parking lot in LA too, just getting
Yeah.
ready for the game.
Yeah, it was.
I was talking with Ivan from Saloon Squad. I was cracking up, and he said, "Yo, man, we got to stop sharing the flyer because the NFL sent an email and they're looking for Arevelo Productions and Saloon
Oh,
Squad."
really?
And I was like, "Mom, I made it." They don't want me in LA.
Oh,
and,
man.
and he showed me the email, and I was just cracking up.
Are
I'm
you
like,
serious?
Yeah. They were like, "You guys can't come down here." It was like a letter. It was saying that we can't run a parking lot the way we were running it. And it was
Wow.
prior because they were seeing the sharing, and they're
Yeah.
whatever their security is to probe how many fans are coming. They knew there was a wave of Niner fans coming. And I just laughed because it had the little NFL certified letter.
Mhm. I'm sure. Well, you know what? That says a lot, though. I mean, that says something. Like that means they are really very concerned about the 49er faithful,
Right.
showing up at their stadium. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to send a letter like that,
Yeah.
indicating like, hey guys, basically like, we don't want, we can't have you all down here. Like, that's just them trying to shoo us away in
Right.
in a certain sense, right? So I'm surprised you ain't got a few letters from anyone Cowboy stadium, saying the same thing. I know they sweating us big time tomorrow. So
This weekend is it's been fire. The meet and greet at Texas Live.
Yeah.
The Zenny event.
Yeah.
Got the Zenny glasses. You rocking the Zenny glasses?
I'm gonna rock the Zennies, man. I got the Zennies. I'm gonna rock the Zennies.
Glasses. Got to rock your Zenny glasses. And, shout out to Zenny and in the front office over there, man. And it's just going to be an amazing day. I can't wait to see the stadium too. We're kind of like on tour, huh? It's like, oh, what? Every stadium we walk into, why didn't Levi do this? That's what I'm like.
Oh man, that's what I was saying last week when I saw the SoFi Stadium. I was looking around. I go, they made this thing look so futuristic, beautiful. I'm kind of like, man,
that's a beautiful.
Why couldn't we have something like this in the city of San Francisco, man? That's all we were asking. I mean, if any team deserve it, they deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I think actually, I'm just looking at. Let me see. If can you still see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay.
SoFi is a pretty stadium, man.
Because think about it. Okay, basically, let's see. It says appearances by year. Wait a minute, right here. since 1970 to present, man, the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, I mean, we've technically been to the NFC Championship 16 times, and Dallas being second at 14 times.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that there alone, I mean, like now I just brought up to say that. Listen, the Niners deserve. I mean, yeah, we got Levi now, but
Yeah.
before that happened, I mean, they should have got the recognition that they deserve to have a nice, beautiful stadium built in San Francisco. I mean, because now you had the Giants got their nice little stadium right down the street. Now you got the Warriors.
Yeah.
At the Chase Center, right? They should have built a beautiful, like something like I swear, like a SoFi or AT&T, stadium like the Cowboys. I mean, things humongous. You know what I'm saying? Huge.
Well, they wanted a stadium, and we were in a losing back-to-back losing seasons. And Harbaugh actually came in, got us to a championship game, and then all of a sudden investors came out of nowhere, and they were like, "We'll fund this Santa Clara Stadium." But they looked the front office. At the time it was John York, Jed's dad. He looked at San Francisco, and they were going to do that naval weapon yard, or they had the option to play somewhere else and tear down Candlestick. But he bumped heads at the time with Mayor Gavin Newsom.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time he was the mayor of the city, and the economy wasn't doing well, and he wanted the city to pay a certain amount, and they kind of bumped heads. And I remember that's when they said, "We're going to go to Great America." We're going to build on Great America. Yeah. Because their headquarters.
Not only did they build it, I was going to say, not only in front of Great America, in front of the clubhouse,
right in front of their clubhouse, and that's why. So they were looking out the window, seeing that land, and saying, "What if we do it here?" And as you know, the rest is history. But they've been trying to update that area to have things go on for the fans, because when we drive up there's not a lot of stuff around it. They just put the Top Golf in recently, and now, but I mean, there's just not a lot of.
They're going to be actually building across where that golf area was. They're going to put up a whole new, I don't know, condos or whatever, but it's going to be a big old establishment right across the street there.
Right.
So it is in a growing process. But yeah, you're right. It's not a whole lot besides the amusement park. You
go on Top Gun during the game.
Yeah,
I think Top Gun runs.
Fly on a roller coaster or something, and the demon, or
the demon. Hey man, that was the ride.
Hey, that was the highlight of that park years ago, man. Shoot, I'm sure a lot of people know about that. But it's just, this is, like I said, very traditional. It's just to me, this just has all the ingredients of just going to be just how can I say this? Just magical, I guess, in a sense. And I just I feel the Niners going to pull it out. I think they can do it. I have a feeling it'll be a close one. It won't be easy, but it's going to be hopefully it's going to be very entertaining. And if we can pull it out, and they could pull off something like they did last week in the Rams, that'll be a jubilation for all of us.
Hopefully not as stressful. Yeah. I don't know how many of these I can do in 1 year. There's been a lot of these games like this year.
Yeah.
But exactly. we're due to blow out some teams soon here. I know. Huh?
All the games, because you think about all the games over the season, been rather, win or lose. They've been all came down really close games. And I think only, my memory serves me correctly, and we only had maybe a couple of games where we actually got, kind of dealt with, point wise. But every other game has been lost. Like within 7 points or 3 points, very close. So,
I think it was the Colts game. The Colts game, we started off a little slow, and
you know what? It's tripping me out. I didn't know that. I just saw it a few days ago on NFL Network, but I know that because of what the Jaguars did, they beat the Colts and knocked them out of the playoffs. I was like, like, wait a minute, they lost to the Jaguars. I go, and they had to, that was the key to making the playoffs. I was like, wow, what happened to them guys? They were good.
It's just funny when you play certain teams, what time of the season is it? Are you hot during that season? Are you injured? Are you beat up? And we're built for January, man. This team is peaking at the right time. We had some tough losses in in the last few weeks too.
Yeah.
That Tennessee loss. I mean, we wouldn't have it come
Oh,
down
that
to the
one hurt
wire.
bad. Oh,
But
yeah.
when you look at these records and you look at some of the losses we had, we have at least 3 to 4 losses that we could have won, and it could have went either side. But here's the thing: when you have close, tough losses like that, guys don't want to feel that pain anymore, so they do it right. And I think that's why this team is so scary. They've had some nail biting losses, and they've cleaned up some mess on the following week. What we had a couple of weeks in the season where we lost a few games in a week, back-to-back games. But we're on a bad streak for a little bit. We didn't even think we were going to be here. I think in Chicago.
Yeah.
We were in Chicago, you and I, and we did the podcast, I think, for the first time after that. And then we lost the following week, and it was like, yo, man, this is crazy right now. Are we even going to talk playoff talk?
Yeah.
Remember that? And then now look at us now. Now we can't. Now we got FOMO. We got to go out there. Me and you both said, I don't think I'm going to Dallas. It's like, yeah, bro, we're going to Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to Dallas. I need a rest. It was like,
I mean, yeah, I can't. Oh man, I can't believe I'm here and we get ready to see this, man. It's just still kind of like surreal in a way, because like you said, we didn't know, we
did not know. We did not know.
Yeah,
and this is an exciting game coming up. I hope everything works out, and then it'll be, we're in a place where this team wasn't expected to be.
Yeah. And this is why you love football, man. I mean, this is what it's all about. Because, like I said, any team can catch fire at the right time, just by accident, and just go all the way, and you would never think, like, how do they ever pull this off, and that's what I love about it. That's what I love about the game, and and like you said, I think the pressure is more on the Cowboys than for the Niners, because
right.
This thing about it here, the Cowboys have not been in the playoff in the last 27 years. 27 years. Okay. Well over almost 3 decades. And that's a long time. So, this is going to definitely mean a lot to them. They got something to prove to themselves, but for us, it's all about that redemption, because 2019, we want to get back to the Super Bowl, take care of business like we should have took care of business in 2019. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a lot at stake for us, a lot at stake for them, and I think that's what's going to make this game, really special. I think we're going to see some great stuff tomorrow.
I agree, Chili Will, man. This is it, man. We in the playoffs, man. Wild card.
Man,
90s rivalry.
Go run a few laps
rivalry.
outside real quick, man. Shoot, just
70s rivalry.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, it's like I said, with that, just like you said, all the years, the legendary games from years ago, you know what I'm saying? This is going to be another one, that we're going to look back on and, say, oh yeah, I remember that one, Yeah,
well, what's crazy too, Chili Will, is Dallas don't mask up. Everybody's just going to be like, COVID never happened out there.
Man, it's like crazy.
They're just ready to party.
Yeah, and it's pretty bad, from what they say, it's pretty bad out here. So,
bad.
Don't worry, I'm going to be masked up, man. They can stay on the mask all they want. I'm going to be masked up.
No, I know. That's what's just so crazy. I mean, it's wild, but I'm excited. And like I said, they might not be afraid of COVID, but they're afraid of the Niners.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna be afraid of seeing us all come walking up in there, and they're staying with the red on, and so they're gonna be like all day, because like you said, it's gonna be easy to spot us because they're all in their whites. And the Reds are gonna stick out pretty darn good among all the white shirts and jerseys. So
I think that's a bad idea for the fan base to wear the whites. I think they should wear the blue, but
I think they should wear. Yeah,
I don't think.
Don't normally they play in the whites when they're at home, or is it the blues? It's the blues, right?
It's usually the blues. Yeah, so that's weird how that's working. I don't know how that decision gets made, but I wouldn't want to be home and not wear my home jersey. And even as a kid, when you played sports, you're like, nah, man, we wearing our home jersey. So
yeah. I what was I going to say? Darn it, my train of thought. Yeah. Oh, I like the fact that the team's going to come out playing in their original red, and gold
Yes.
pants.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because to me,
Yeah.
that reminds me a little more. Okay, now we're getting downright classic with
I
it
agree.
now. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wear your whites, okay, and we'll break out a original, uniforms and stuff, and come out here and take care of business. So
I agree.
that's
I
what I'm
agree.
excited
I
about. I
like
can't
the
wait to see
original.
them in that. Yeah, because that's like colors, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the
Yeah.
original uniform. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the throwback jerseys. Really nice. Got them hanging up in the closet and everything. But
Yeah.
for this game coming out in the original uniforms, man.
This game's gonna.
I cannot be excited about this tomorrow, man.
Where my Niners at, Chili Will? I gotta
where
be
our
ready.
Niners at,
Where
baby?
my
Yes.
Niners at? This is so. So is Niner Glow excited? Is she pumped up too?
She's
Oh
pumped
yeah,
up
yeah.
and ready, man. Can't wait. And like I said, we're ready to have another few cardiac arrests watching this game, because we have a feeling it's gonna be another close nail biter. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I want the win, no doubt. But I'm also there for the experience and just like first time being in the stadium. Just to be like, oh wow, man, this is big Dallas AT&T Stadium. I can't believe I'm here watching this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, I just think it's gonna be magical. It's gonna be magical, man. It'll be a good game.
I think so too, man. I'm ready. I'm super pumped up. There's a lot of people here. Let's get it going, man. I'll see you in the morning.
Yes, indeed. All right, my man. Well, listen, I thank you again for being on the show, the pre-huddle show, the wild card playoff show, man. And we're gonna go out and get this victory, man. Niner faithful gonna come in strong with the red jerseys and turn this place out, man. Brother, we love you, man. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
See you tomorrow, man. Hey, see you and the family. Get some rest, and let's go.
Yeah, you
let's
too.
go.
Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.
Once again, I want to thank my man, Antonio Arevelo, man. It's always great having him on the show, breaking down some Niner talk and just, going back and talking about some good memories, especially with the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers, man. Tomorrow it's going to be exciting. Faithful is out there in force already. We're ready to take over another stadium tomorrow, and we're going to do our thing. We're chanting them on, cheering them on. We're going to make our team feel special, because they are special, and it's going to be a special game. So we're going to be loving it. And remember, like I said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, man. We're going to go in there, Niners strong, get this victory, guys. So we will see you next week, all right? And talking about a Niner victory. Guys, take care.